This is Geoffrey Nyarieko TV Talk Show, where we analyze politics and governance issues. We focus on national, local, and international news. We examine the political way of our people, social and economic. Nyarieko TV Talk Show, the house of ideas.
A warm welcome to Geoffrey Nyarieko TV Talk Show in the year 2026. Happy New Year! This is our first episode since we began the year, probably because of one or two reasons, but I'm back. And I will begin by this very important topic that I feel that will form the politics of the year. Former President Uhuru Kenyatta has officially thrown his weight behind his former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i. While the endorsements from a former president are significant or is a political asset, critics are already branding Fred Matiang'i as Uhuru Project. This rebel can be fatal in a landscape that demands independent political strength. This video analyzes where Uhuru is likely to support Matiang'i and, more importantly, the specific efforts which Matiang'i must put in place to prove he is more than just a proxy. The other day, Francis Atwoli was in one of the mainstream media's TV station, and he did argue that even if Uhuru Kenyatta will support Fred Matiang'i, there is a possibility that Fred Matiang'i will not win the 2027 general elections. And Francis Atwoli remarks true because, according to Atwoli, Uhuru Kenyatta had everything when he supported the late Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga. But Amolo Odinga did not win. And that's why I've come up with this topic, so that I can make the political enjoyers, those who enjoy politics, to understand the political phenomenon that is surrounding the 2027 general elections. What will Uhuru Kenyatta bring to the table? Is he going to just impose Matiang'i as a president to the people of Kenya? And what is Fred Matiang'i supposed to do in order to be the next or the sixth president of the Republic of Kenya? What is Fred Matiang'i supposed to do? And what should be the input of Uhuru Kenyatta? I will give a number of points to support the support that Uhuru Kenyatta will give to Fred Matiang'i. because it is support. It's just to lay and elaborate structures so as to make Fred Okengo Matiang'i to be the president, not to just put him there. One, Uhuru Kenyatta has provided party machinery and structure, that is the Jubilee Party. Beginning from zero, beginning from making a political party and opening offices countrywide is always a tedious work involving lots of resources, but this has been provided, the framework has been provided by Uhuru Kenyatta. Remember, Uhuru Kenyatta is an immediate president, meaning that the structure, the Jubilee structures still remain intact, and therefore Matiang'i will be able to access the existing party framework rather than building one from scratch. And therefore, that's why when they probably went to Mombasa the other day, is to able to meet with loyal party officials. Another thing, or number two, what Uhuru Kenyatta can support Fred Okengo Matiang'i is coalition building and opposition coordination. Right now we have the United Opposition, we have the Wiper Party, we have PLP Martha Karua, Eugene Wamarwa, DAPK, Rigathi Gachagua, DCP. Uhuru Kenyatta is on a vantage position to bring this group of people together and to make them agree on the ways forward. Who should be the presidential candidate, through his experience, what he did, and he was able to be the president for 2 terms. This experience will be on the table. Uhuru Kenyatta has worked with Martha Karua, has worked with Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, and therefore he stands at the center, at the midst of building this coalition, probably in the favor of Fred Okengo Matiang'i. Kenya is a large country. You have to move from one end to another, and this needs financial muscle. This is what Uhuru Kenyatta will come in with. Uhuru Kenyatta, being a peacemaker, an international peacemaker, ambassador, will also hope for Fred Okengo Matiang'i in other parts of the world so as to be accepted. There is already news or some information that Fred Okengo Matiang'i has hired a Canadian-based firm that is working for him, and with this, Uhuru stands at a vantage position. Uhuru is a billionaire. Most of his friends are billionaires. So this is what Matiang'i will benefit. Working from one place to another in a diverse republic with the diverse cultures is something very expensive, and the people have been socialized to handouts. There is also the media. Uhuru stands more or is on a vantage position to control the media. Who, of course, is a capitalist. The owners of the media are the capitalists. He can easily woo them to support him, to pass that narrative. Like now, the narrative that is being passed by the media is that Fredo Kengo Matiang'i was a successful technocrat during the regime of Uhuru Kenyatta. So, Uhuru Kenyatta, being at that position, will be able to push that narrative, and this will change the perception. I think that is the much that Uhuru Kenyatta should do. It's not to carry Uhuru and put him on the seat at the State House, that because he was the president. Kenya is a democratic country, and therefore you cannot force people. Yours is to provide, or Uhuru's work is to provide the infrastructure so that Fredo Kengo Matiang'i can be able to thrive. I did also promise to give or to suggest some efforts that must be put in by Fred Okengo Matiang'i, because now if you have been given the resources, Okengo Matiang'i, the man from Nyansiongo, if you have been given resources to move from one place to another, what should be your work? Yours is to mobilize, aggressive mobilization of grassroots support, voter registration. You make sure that those people who have not been registered have been registered. You never know whether these are the people who will vote for you. You have the opportunity, having, if the infrastructure of an already existing political party have been availed to you, you have the opportunity to move away from Wusiland to Rift Valley, coastal regions, Mount Kenya, northeastern parts of Kenya, and then mobilize resources. Remember, even the current deputy president was given the resources by the same man initially when they were contesting, and therefore he was able to move. So yours is now to mobilize grassroots support, voter registration. Second is to define your own agenda. Yes, Jubilee has got its agendas, but you have got to define the agendas so that the project tag can be done away with. Now you should be Fred Okengo Matiang'i. Articulate your distinct policies in a manner that they are understood to even that person with the retromost knowledge at the village. This issue of campaign should not be left to honor technocrats and the elites. You should also be able to manage the internal opposition libraries. Should be able to reach out to that Gachagua, should be able to reach out Eugene Wamarwa, Natembea, Martha Karua, Kalonzo Musyoka, Justin Muturi, even the likes like Sifuna, who don't seem to be comfortable where they are, Oburu Odinga, who is also on his way out from the UDA coalition or a broad-based government. Therefore, you should be able to manage the opposition and take control. Don't wait for don't be satisfied that Uhuru Kenyatta will do that for that, will do that for you. You should be at the forefront. If there is an issue, you must be the first person to reach out to Kalonzo Musyoka, to Rigathi Gachagua, Justin Muturi, Edwin Sifuna, Babu Owino, Martha Karua, and many others. Also, there has to be, that's point 4, direct engagement with the youth. The youth in Kenya, putting the constitution aside, because the constitution defines a youth as a person between 18 and 35. But in the Kenyan political context, a youth is a different person. You have heard Oburu Odinga call himself a Gen Z. And what it means by this is that he can perform the laws and the duties that the youth can do. There is a definition given by some scholars who have defined the youth in KANU or during the KANU regime as people who showed support to the late President Uhuru, to the late President Daniel Moi, and that these people, some of them were up to 50 years. So in this context, in a political context, you have to accept, you have to deal with the youth right from at the age of 18 and the slight bureau, because the slight bureau group are the most active in political rallies. Those who are in 16, 17, this is the team that participates most in politics and in political rallies, because they are free and idle. They are young people who are still schooling, but they are the ones who participate in political rallies. They are these people whom we see in chaos. So you have to know and understand how to deal with these people without national ID cards, because they play a great role, and how to deal with those who are now in the 18 to 35, 45, or to 50. So the youth are excited and they want to hear you make decisive decisions on matters that are affecting them most of the time, which include the issue of unemployment, corruption, and many other things. What is your take? Kindly drop your comment if you have an issue, something that you want to add. Subscribe to this video, and most importantly, share, like, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, and have a prosperous new year.